What's up, everybody? Richard from True Shot here. Hope you're all doing well. At the time of this recording, it is Father's Day, so if you're a dad like me, happy Father's Day to you. I just wanted to do a quick little video here. I came across this tier list here on tiermaker.com. This is metalcore albums. So I looked on here. I saw that there were a number of albums that I have listened to, a number that I have not listened to, and so I just want to go through this, and we'll see. You guys got to kind of get a sense of what my taste is for metalcore and whatnot. And for the ones that I haven't heard, I'd love some suggestions of what to check out. So yeah, let's just get into this. So first off, we got Beartooth here with their album Aggressive. I've listened to a little bit of it. I have not listened to the full record. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember the name of it, but from what I remember, I thought it was pretty good. So, I think what we'll do is we'll put it in decent, just because, like I said, I've heard some of it, but not all of it, so I want to be safe. Okay, this Killswitch album. Okay, now, this one here, I gotta be honest, I don't... See, it's funny with Killswitch, because I listen to so much Killswitch that it's hard for me to really remember what albums they are. I don't even believe I have any songs on this one downloaded. I do remember listening to this record. I just cannot remember exactly which songs. So I'm going to put this in decent as well, just because I can't recall at the time of this recording. I could amend this later, so I'll put it in decent just to be safe. Let me zoom in a little bit here, just because I think this is Ascendancy, right? Let's see. Yes, Trivium Ascendancy. I love this record. I think it is really, really good. In fact, I'd even say that it is fantastic. Off the top, I'm gonna look at my phone here real quick just to remember some of the song names. But Trivium is one of those bands, man, that I know they're pretty controversial in terms of, some of their newer stuff, but I know their most recent album, they kind of went back a little bit to their roots. But yeah, so on this record here, I have 4 songs downloaded onto my phone. I have Rain, Pull Hard on the Strings of Your Martyr, Gunshot, To the Head of Trepidation, and Dying in Your Arms. Those are all great songs. I think it's a fantastic record. Get Scared, I have never listened to them, so I can't say. This Bless the Fall record, that is the one with... man, what is the name of that? Good thing I have my phone here so handily, because I cannot remember the name of the... So, yeah, I have one song from this record, Guys Like You Make Us Look Bad. I like that song a lot. I honestly cannot recall listening to much more off of that record, so I'm going to put it in the decent category. I think that'll probably be there, or good will kind of be my rankings for records that I have listened to some of it, but I haven't listened to a lot of it, so I'll just do that by default. Norma Jean, I've never really listened to much Norma Jean, so I can't comment on that. Wage War Blueprints, I thought that was a fantastic record. So many great songs, including Alive, The River. Yeah, it's just so many great songs off of that record. City of Evil by Avenged Sevenfold. Now, I'm going to try to be impartial here. I'm going to try not to let the nostalgia overflow this, but this record is... Man, this is tough because I want to keep it unbiased, but I mean, I got to give credit to this band because they were kind of my introduction into heavier music. So that's not gonna be great. I gotta slide up here a little bit more. I'm gonna put it in one of my all-time favorites because of what it means to me. Creatures by Motionless in White. I gotta be honest, I haven't listened to really anything off of that record. For All Those Sleeping, I have not listened to anything off of that. This record here, I'm not sure who this is. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit, I still don't see any name, so I can't. Man, I don't know who that is. Okay, next up we got Parkway Drive with Deep Blue. This one is a masterpiece, simply put. This is probably their best record, in my opinion. So many great songs off of that. I remember when we first started as a band, there were some songs off of this that we kind of messed around with and covered a little bit. I was going to pull it up here to get a few of my favorites. So yeah, Karma, Hollow, Deliver Me, Sleepwalker. Just a fantastic metalcore album from those guys. I believe this is one of the newer of Mice and Men records. It was pretty good. Um, I'm a little bit more partial to their earlier stuff with OG Loco and whatnot. Just in terms of the music, I know there's a lot going on with Austin Carlisle right now. Um, but speaking on this album in particular, I thought it was all right. I thought it was decent. I'm gonna put it in the decent category. This one here, I don't know. That album art doesn't look familiar to me. It doesn't look too familiar to me. This Falling in Reverse record here, I listened to a little bit of it. It's okay. You know, I think for me, it's pretty good. This one is, let me see here. I have trouble remembering a lot of the song names that are on the different records. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, of course. The Drug in Me Is You. I'm going to put this one in decent too. Again, it goes back to my whole thing of I've listened to some of the songs off of it, but I haven't listened to all. But The Drug in Me Is You is obviously a great song. If I look at the full album, okay, I'm Not a Vampire. I know that song. Sink or Swim, Raised by Wolves. Okay, you know, I do know a few more songs. I'm going to put this in good. Um, to me, I don't really know if it's metalcore, so to speak. So it's interesting that it's in this tier list, but I think it's a pretty good record. Code Orange Forever. I only know one song off of this record, so again, I gotta put it. I'll put it in the decent category just because I don't know too much about it. Cancer Bats. Never listened to it. I believe this is Architects. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Architects, right? Let me scroll in here a little bit. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, that is Architects. Do I have anything from this record on my phone? It doesn't look like it. Interesting. I gotta zoom in a little bit more just to get the full Hollow Crown. No, I don't have anything from that record, so I'm gonna leave it out just because I can't really fully comment on it. These next two here, I don't know what that is, so I can't comment on that. This Amity Affliction record, so many great songs. I mean, Pittsburgh is obviously like just incredible. So I'm gonna put this under the great category. These next few ones, including the Under Oath here, North Lane, this one here, which I can't figure out who that is just by looking at it. Man, there's a lot of records that I haven't checked out, so please make sure you give me some suggestions because these do not look at all familiar to me. So we'll go down to the next one here, Rage by Attila. I know some of the tracks off of this. I think this is pretty good. I think it's a good record. I'll put it pretty good. Sempiternal. Oh man, so much great stuff off of Sempiternal. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this in the fantastic category. I think that this one really they have a lot of like just really standout songs, and this was kind of that point in time where this was like I guess the end of the older versions of Bring Me the Horizon. So I thought that was a fantastic record. This one here, I have no idea what this is here. Attack Attack. I'm probably gonna get a lot of grief for this, but other than Stick Stickly, I haven't really listened to much. So I'm just gonna leave it out just because I don't want to rank it. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off. Stand Up and Scream by Asking Alexandria. You guys will never believe this, but I have like really never listened to pretty much anything Asking Alexandria. I know that they used to be, on the heavier side, so maybe we'll go back on the reaction channel and check them out. Nothing pops out to me just sitting here, so I'm gonna pass on that one. I See Stars, again, another band I've never really listened to, man. I like to consider myself somebody who listens to a lot of different music, but I gotta be honest, I haven't heard anything off of that one either. Okay, All That Remains, The Fall of Ideals. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, it's not absolutely terrible. I just gotta start moving it up here. We'll go average, decent, good, great. It's one of my all-time favorites. This right here is just a metalcore masterpiece. So this is also one of my favorite records of all time, but it's also a masterpiece. Just front to back, every song is great. Um, yeah. All right, we got Bullet for My Valentine with The Poison. Again, another album of mine that me growing up as a kid, I listened to a lot. And obviously, Bullet for My Valentine's kind of gotten to a place now where they've kind of gone away from those roots, although we're seeing reports that they're going to go back to their heavier side. So maybe they'll go back to that. But with just The Poison in mind, that record there, I love that record. I think it's fantastic. I absolutely would say that it's fantastic. I don't know this record here, so we'll move over to We Came as Romans to Plant a Seed. I think this is a great record. I think it's really great. I've seen We Came as Romans live multiple times. I love them. I mean, I think that they're really good. David's a guy who I've talked to, their drummer. I've talked to a number of times. I was fortunate enough to go see Kyle live with them, just months before his passing, which is just so sad. So yeah, that was a great record, though. Definitely a great record. I'm not sure who this is here, so we'll move over to A Day to Remember. Where did they go? Common Courtesy. I believe this is the record with Sometimes You're the Hammer, Sometimes You're the Nail. I think I love A Day to Remember. I think Homesick is probably my favorite record by them, but this is also another. I'll put it. I think it's great. I'll say great, just because I think. Let me pull up on my phone here. I go by what's on my phone a lot because, number one, it's songs that I've come across that I obviously downloaded, but it also shows me songs that maybe I haven't checked out yet, so that I can go back and listen to them at another time. But on Common Courtesy, I have 4 tracks. I have Right Back at It Again, Sometimes You're the Hammer, Sometimes You're the Nail, Best of Me, and I'm Already Gone. Those are all great songs, so we're going to stick with the great category there. August Burns Red, Constellations. Dude, this right here, this album here, all you need is Whitewashed. That song is just so great. And besides, I know that Adam is a huge fan. You guys know that as well. I'm going to pull up here. Yeah, this is the record with Whitewash. That's right. Yeah, they have Mariana's Trench. I mean, yeah, Meddler. Dude, this is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece of a metalcore record. Just so good. And, there's really not much more to say about it than that. I believe is that Death Haven? But dude, my eyesight's terrible. I can't say I've listened to them, so I got to pass on this one. Vane is another band that I know that a lot of people are into. I've never listened to them, so I got to pass on this one as well. Help by Siler. This was a really cool album. I thought this was great. I know Adam hasn't heard of Siler, but they have a lot of really catchy stuff going on. Their record after this one, though, which has the leaf on the cover of it, I wasn't that into. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really like Help, though. Thought it was a great record. So many catchy songs. I remember seeing them live at Warped Tour, and they had their buddy out there, kind of as like their hype man. So I thought that was pretty awesome. That's a great record. Laughing Tracks by Knocked Loose. I think this is good. I think it's really good. I think Billy No Mates, Counting Worms is really the standout of this record for me. I think it's good. I think it's a really good record. Okay, this Miss May I record, what is the name of this one again? Let me pull it up on my phone here because I really like a lot of, their stuff with Hey Mister and stuff like that. But, Shadows Inside. I have 2 songs off of this record. See, the problem, though, is that I love their records, Monuments, At Heart, Rise of the Lion. I thought this was decent. I'm gonna go decent. I definitely prefer their older material. So there's some songs off of that record that I like. But you know what? We're gonna leave it at decent. If this was like Monuments or At Heart, it'd be really, really high up on the list for me. Dealer's Soulburn EP, front to back. This is awesome. Aiden was, as you guys know, featured on our song Paradigm. Great vocalist. I thought this was a really great album. I thought it was fantastic. I'm going to put it under fantastic for an EP. Okay. Now, for those of you that are familiar with the reaction channel, um, I have a really hard time While She Sleeps. I'm not sure why. It's one of those bands that like it's almost like you're supposed to like them if you're into metalcore, but I just cannot. I just can't get into them. So this is where it becomes tough because I have trouble listening to it. You know what I'm saying? So it nothing really sticks out to me. It's I don't want to say it's bad or pretty bad. I don't want to say I don't think it's absolutely terrible either. But I'm gonna put pretty bad just because I just can't get into it, man. I really have tried. I've tried my hardest to get into this band. I just can't, man. I just can't. I can't. Okay, this Stick to Your Guns record. The Hope Division, I believe it's called. If I can read that text there. I have not listened to anything off of that record, so I got to pass. Cane Hill is awesome. From what I've heard, I just can't remember what songs I've heard. I'd like the names of them, but from what I have heard, they're pretty cool. They're like a new metal kind of band. I'm gonna leave them off though, just because I can't recall exactly what songs I've heard and what records they're from. So I'm gonna pass for now. I haven't heard of this one. Haven't heard of this one. Haven't heard of this one. This album here looks familiar. Who is that? Oh, the Dillinger Escape Plan. I have not heard any Dillinger Escape Plan. Really, that really comes to mind. So I'm gonna pass on that. I believe this is this is Silosis. What's the name of this record again? I cannot remember. But this is an awesome album. For those of you that aren't aware, the vocalist for Silosis is also the guitar player for Architects. This is a great album. I love this one. My friend Kadri, who's also our former drummer, initially got me into them. I think this is a great record. I'm going to put it at great. Eskimo Callboy, haven't heard too much by them. Dude, I'm not, you guys know me by now. It's not one of my all-time favorites, though. So I'm going to put it under Masterpiece, but anything As I Lay Dying, boom. Okay, Old Hundredth, I like Break Free. I love that song. Haven't heard anything else. So I'm going to put this as a decent album. Put it decent. This one doesn't look familiar to me. Neither does this one. Neither does this one. I have never heard an Every Time I Die song. Believe it or not, never have. We're trying to get them on the channel. Eventually we will. I've just never heard anything by them. Within the Ruins, haven't heard anything off this record. I believe this is Converge, because I know the Jane Doe record. I know you're going to say, Richard, how can you be in a metalcore band if you haven't listened to any Converge? I've never heard anything off of Converge's Jane Doe record. I know what you're going to say. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to make a concerted effort, but we'll see what Adam has to say about that one, because I haven't heard anything. I know that it is like the quintessential metalcore record, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I love that Converge record. I've heard every song. Jane Doe's a great record. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, okay? I'm not. Palisades, know the band. Haven't really listened to any of their material though. Same with Snapcase. This Hatebreed record, I don't recall anything off of either. I know very little Hatebreed, so I don't want to comment there either. This does not look familiar to me at all. The Silver Scream, though, is a fantastic record. There's a few songs off of that I'm not a huge fan of, but I'd say like 9 tracks are just awesome. So let's keep going here. Amur, Speaker of the Dead. I mean, you guys see my shirt here. I think this is a fantastic album. I love it. So let's keep going here. Oh boy, this is going to be a very lackluster ending because this doesn't look familiar. This doesn't look too familiar. Never really listened to much Memphis Mayfire. Glass Cloud, I got to get into. My boy Josh Travis, who I shouldn't even say is my boy. I know the guy, right? But I know he was in Glass Cloud, so I'm very interested to see what his riffs are like in Glass Cloud. I just haven't gotten to him. I gotta check out some Glass Cloud though. Bleeding Through, another band that's been requested on the channel quite a bit. I've just never heard much by them. Gotta pass there. Threat Signal, same with them. 36 Crazy Fists, same with them. Haven't I don't know what this one is here. Terror is another band I haven't heard too much from. I don't know this record. I don't know that one. This Woven War record though, this is a really good. I think this is a good record. If those of you who aren't familiar with Woven War, it is basically As I Lay Dying, but you add in Shane Blay, the guitar player and clean singer for Oh Sleeper. That's Woven War. I thought that was a really good project. While As I Lay Dying was on a hiatus for you know why. But anyway, we'll finish this off with Zao. Haven't heard too much Zao either. So as you guys can see, this is a pretty pathetic list from me. I feel very naked. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, wow. Let's see, how many records I have ranked here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I've got 30 ranked, and then we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 14, 28, 42. 51? Wow. Hey, I wasn't going to lie to you, okay? See, I feel like I'm somebody who listens to a lot of different music. But what happened, though, right, is that I think what happened with a lot of these records is that it was kind of like as I was getting into metalcore, because a lot of these records are on the older side, right? So it just, and a lot of it just, it took me a little bit of time, because I think I got into metalcore probably around 2009, I want to say. So yeah, that would have made me probably about 16 years old. That makes sense, because before then I was kind of into, Avenged Sevenfold, Atreyu, Lamb of God, that kind of stuff, and then I kind of went more toward metalcore. So I think I just never really ran into these records in between now and then. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm still gonna post this video, regardless, because I think it's important. Because I really want to show you guys what I've listened to, and I also want some suggestions from you guys that even if they don't turn into reaction videos, I just want to check out some of these records, and then maybe I'll revisit this one at a later date. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button on this video, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know if I release new videos here on the channel. Also follow us on all of our social media bands at, make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms at True Shot Band. And also, we just released a new song titled Find Me, I'm Missing, which is available now on all your streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it, we're there. Till the next video, guys, we'll see you later. Happy Father's Day. Take care. Stay safe.